All right, good morning, everybody. I am so excited to be here on this Friday morning, I guess. And it is I have so many exciting things to talk to you about today. I am delighted for those of you who are following. Well, first of all, I should point out makeup. Okay, so last time you saw me, I was having a day, and I did a Mindset Monday on how to deal with days like that. And so here I am, yay, in makeup. The other thing I wanted to follow up on 2 Mondays ago on our Mindset Monday, I talked about my journey toward being able to do the splits, which is silly, I know, but it's just a goal that I've had since I was young, and I am happy to report. So when I mentioned that I was working on it, I was in week 3, and I said that he promised that I would get to the splits in 4 weeks. So I'm at the end of my 4 weeks, and I have to tell you, I am like this close. It is crazy. It is crazy how fast this has worked. So when you're doing the splits, there's 3 splits. There's front with your right foot front and your left foot back, front with your left foot front and your right foot back, and then there's to the side. And so getting the right foot up front, I'm so close to that. I'm so close to that. I'm so close that I'm gonna have to have Joel be there now every time so he can snap a picture when it happens. I'm pretty confident that with my right foot up, it will be I will achieve that next week. So anyway, we'll see. I see why I have a bunch of people on, so I guess it's time to get started because, oh my gosh, so much exciting stuff is happening. All right, so first, let me do my little welcome spiel for those of you who are new, or those of you who are joining us on the replay on YouTube. My name is Margie Remmers-Davis, and I am the creator of the Fast and Easy Way to QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. And this is our weekly live stream that we hold inside of our free Facebook group, the QBO Gym Locker Room. And in this Facebook group, we are all about hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. Hands-on practice, hands-on practice, hands-on practice. I say that every week. That is what we are here to do and help you guys do, is get that hands-on practice to increase your confidence, increase your competence, and help you be successful in your endeavors using QuickBooks Online. So I mentioned that this is part of our free Facebook group. Let me just go over this really quick. So it is the QBO Gym Locker Room. If you are watching this live, you are already in the QBO Gym Locker Room because that's the only way that you can join us live. If you are watching the replay on YouTube, then the link will be down below for you to join. But you can see that inside our locker room, we have access to nearly 100 free exercises to get you your hands-on practice in QuickBooks Online. You can follow along in our weekly live streams, and being a part of this group, you get free stuff on this call. So, oh my goodness, we have somebody who just said in the chat, and you didn't give eCam permission, so I don't know who you are, but you got your Pro Advisor certification last night. Woohoo! I don't know. Let's see. How can I move this? It looks kind of weird. I guess because I've got so much gray on the screen there. But anyway, whoever you are, woohoo! Congratulations. Okay. So you can follow along in the weekly live streams. We haven't done any votes for a while because we've got so much exciting stuff happening, but we'll do that again eventually. So inside the Facebook group, We have, where'd it go? Where is let me go to, this looks a little different for me because I'm an admin than it will for you, but okay, here's what it normally looks like. And you'll have up at the top the featured posts. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this Make-A-Wish September because that is coming up tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll talk more about that in just a minute. But continuing my spiel, inside the featured, what you want to do is you want to look for this post right here in the featured section. Welcome to the locker room. And inside there, that's where you're going to get your link to all of the exercises. So the link, oh goodness, there we go. The link is, these are all the exercises we give away for free, and there are almost 100 of them. I swear someday I'm going to get it over 100 so I can say there's over 100. I really want to be able to say that, but we've got so many irons in the fire. Okay, so this is where you're going to find access to your free exercises. The links are down at the bottom. I'm not going to go over them today. But anyway, from our basics course, our advanced course, from the QBO Gym, you don't get the links, but you do get the description, so you know what is in each issue of the gym. Pro Advisor challenges come from inside your QBOA account. They're what Intuit writes. We don't really like the format, so we put them into our own signature format. And then we have some retired miscellaneous and special request exercises. So tons of exercises so that you can get practice in QuickBooks Online. Most of them use the sample company, and that's all in the exercises. A few of them require actually your QBOA account because it's a feature that you have as an accountant. If you're not familiar with all these terms, QBOA account, sample company, all that, then of course links below on the replay, links below for all of that. If you're here with me live, then you know that scoop. Okay, so let me go back to the, let's see, I had so many announcements today. Okay, what should I talk about first? Okay, let's talk about wishes. Okay, so on the featured post right here, this is where I am tomorrow. Tomorrow is the big day. I am going to be granting some wishes. So just a little bit of backstory. My birthday was last month. I made a post and I said, this year for my birthday, I'm granting wishes instead of making them. How is it that I can help you? What can I do for you? I was overwhelmed by the number of people that wanted, that needed my help. And so I gave away a bunch of free stuff. I gave away a ton of discounts. It was so much fun. I decided to do it again. And so we are doing it again in September, and the deadline is today. So you have to go in and you have to post a comment on here. Look, we've already got 107 comments. Okay, so you have to go in and post in here what your wish is. There's some rules. You can only post one thing. There are people that say like, oh, surprise me. No, I'm not going to surprise you. Like, what is it? Think about what is it that you need? What is it that's that domino that's going to help you kind of break through to the next level in your business? And we're going to do our best to make that happen. So post in there, one post per person, one wish per person, one post per person. If you change your mind, which you can, today's the last day. If you change your mind, then edit your original post. So, because we're going to look at them tomorrow morning, and they all have to be in there. So we're going to look at them tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern is our announcement. I'm super tiny right now, so let me just go back to this. Okay. All right, so tomorrow at 2 p.m. You guys are going to see my face a lot in the next couple of days. So we've got today's live stream, we have tomorrow's live stream, and then we have Monday's live stream. So that's a lot of me. Okay, so tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, that's when we are going to grant some wishes. And I'm so excited. We have a giant announcement. We have a giant announcement. You guys are going to be so excited about this. I'm going to announce it tomorrow on the live stream. I can't wait. Okay, but I have to wait. Okay, because we're not quite set up to make the announcement, but we're going to do that today. And so then tomorrow, I'm going to grant some wishes. And this big announcement, by the way, is granting a lot of you guys' wishes. Like, we're going to grant a lot of wishes at once with this big announcement. So, oh my gosh. Okay. So that's super exciting. All right. So, also, this is important. Oh, I should have, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Okay. So last month when when I made the announcement, okay, here it is. All right, last month when we gave away some payroll courses, we gave away some free, and we gave some at a super big discount. And there came a requirement for payroll to complain to Intuit that they have removed the sample company. So just to give you some backstory on the QBO Payroll sample company, okay? 2 years ago, when they announced the QBO Payroll certification, I thought, great. Of course, everybody wanted a fast and easy version, right? So I said, sure, this is great. I'll create some hands-on practice exercises using the QBO Payroll sample company. And I started asking folks at Intuit about where's the payroll sample company, and everyone told me there wasn't one. And I said, that's ridiculous. How can there not be a QBO Payroll? Even I talked to the woman who built the payroll certification course and exam. Like, this is her job. She created the payroll certification course and exam. And I asked her about the payroll sample company, and she's like, nope, there isn't one, sorry. And I just didn't believe it. So I dug and I dug and I dug, and I finally got somebody at Intuit to admit to me that there was a QBO payroll sample company. I learned how to get to it. It was tricky. It was backdoor. It was kind of secret, but I found it. And so I built the whole course around that. So, so those of you who took the QBO payroll certification course got to actually run payroll, and got to add employees and got to see how, and run reports and see how all of this worked. Well, a few months ago, there's pieces of the QBO payroll stopped working. And so we're like, and I just thought, oh, okay, well, they're making some updates. And so we'll just, we can just work around it. It's fine. And then a few months ago, it stopped completely. And so we reached out to Intuit about this. And here's what they said was they took it away. And their thought is, you guys, if you want to test it, if you want to play around with it, just sign up for a 30-day free trial. And I said, well, that is not acceptable. A 30-day free trial is, number one, a hassle to set up. Number two, it's empty. So there's no employees in there. You have to build everything from scratch. There's no historical data. So you can't practice, looking at reports and seeing how it all works. I reached out to Intuit. I said, okay, this is not acceptable. And I said, please give me a case number so that I can give the case number to all of my students, and we can all add our names to this case number saying, fix this. And what they said to me was, there is no case number Because it's no longer a feature. You only get a case number if the feature exists and the feature is broken. It's not broken anymore because it no longer exists. So they told me that the best way for us to make our voice heard and get this payroll sample company back is to write directly to the engineers. So the way that you do that is you go, let me pop my desktop back up. And here I am in the sample company. You go to the gear icon and you use this feedback form. Don't do it from inside the sample company. Do it inside your real account, because if you do it inside the sample company, they don't know that it's you. Okay, so if you do it in your actual real account, then they know it's you and you'll get an email acknowledging that you sent this feedback. Okay. In fact, Joel, I should clarify that in the document that, make a note for me to do that, because I should clarify, don't do it from the sample company. Okay. So, I wrote up some instructions. Okay. This is a blog that I put on our page. What happened to the sample company? I just told the story that I just told you now. Okay. And what we're going to do is, if you purchased your payroll certification course this season, that means from November 1st of last year, 2023 through now, if you purchased it, doesn't matter if you purchased it with a discount or whatever, this does not include the people that were gifted it last month. Okay. So you guys don't count. Anybody who purchased the QBO payroll course this season, so from November 1st of last year through now, or even tomorrow or whatever, and has not yet gotten their certification, okay, then we will give you a 25% refund on your purchase price, okay? If you purchased it at full retail price, which was $549, I think, that means we're going to give you $137 refund if you follow the instructions and complain to Intuit. So, Joel, I think I've lost track of the chat here. So many people, how exciting. Okay, yeah. So Joel put in, and maybe you want to do it again. Yeah, put it in again because there's a few more chats here. Okay, so Joel's putting in the chat the link to complain to Intuit. So Diana Jean says here, that she was able to pass the payroll certification without it, but not being able to practice was frustrating. Okay, so yeah, you can still pass. I mean, the person who wrote the dang test, okay, at Intuit, told me there was no sample company. So Intuit fully expects you to be able to take and pass the exam without ever having touching it. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So anyway, so the instructions are there. So somebody else said, so they asked, somebody said, is it doable to complete the payroll certification without having the sample company? Yes, I just answered that. Yes, because the woman at Intuit didn't even expect you to touch it. And that's crazy. Like, how could your certification have any value at all if you have never touched the product? That's nuts. Okay. All right. So that is instructions. What else in the chat? I have passed it without practice. So somebody else. Yeah. Pamela. She said that she did. I passed it without practicing. Some of the questions were a little tricky, but I practiced pay through a different company free trial. Yeah. So I don't know. At some point, we may change our course to have instructions on creating the free trial. That's a lot of work on our part. So, which means the payroll course would go up, the price of the payroll course would go up. So I don't know that you really want that. But anyway, okay, one more announcement, and then we will get into some hands-on practice. So much. Okay, there are a handful of slots left on the QBO Gym Power Team. So let me tell you about, you guys should know what, well, maybe you don't, because I don't know who's new, who's watching the replay. So let me just tell you about the QBO Gym. Okay, so the QBO Gym is our subscription product where you get simulated experience being a bookkeeper. Okay, it's like, the whole thing about it takes a job to get experience, but you can't get experience without a job, right? That whole catch-22. So we are trying to bridge that gap and give you experience actually being a bookkeeper for this fictitious business owner. And when you subscribe to the QBO Gym, you pay a monthly fee, and every month you get a set of exercises that walks you through all of the different things that have happened to Craig, our fictitious business owner, since you worked on his books last. Okay, so it looks like this. For those of you who are in the gym and don't know how to get to this screen, okay, normally when you very first log in, you go to this screen that says welcome to the QBO Gym, and then down at the bottom it gives you your instructions for like what to do next. Okay, but you can look at everything all at once by going to all workouts. Okay, so that's this page. Whoops. There we go, all workouts. So that's this page. You can click here to open up the spreadsheet that has just links directly to the exercises, so you don't have to go through each of the ones. But inside the QBO Gym, we have separated by different sections. Actually, I'll talk about more. I'm talking about the Power Team. Okay, so the Power Team is what did I call you guys? A band of an elite squad. That's what it is from Law and Order. An elite squad of gym users. And this elite squad gets, number one, they get a discount on being part of the gym, because the reason we give you a discount is because you are paying for your access to the gym in sweat. It's sweat equity. You're paying for it by doing the work and giving us feedback. So the gym, members of the Power Team get an advanced look at each issue. So we try and get it out a couple weeks before we release it to the public. The gym people get it in advance. They go through it. They give us feedback. We make sure that everything is clear, that it doesn't take too long, that there aren't typos, all of that stuff. And so that's the gym. And then also by doing the gym, this isn't important right now, but it is going to become important. You get extra points in the system for being on the Power Team. So I keep the Power Team to 100 people, and I think I checked last time. I think maybe I have 6 spots left. So anyway, so if you are interested, if you want to save money on the Power Team, if you want to have direct access to me and and everything that's happening, then Joel has put in the chat the link to apply for that. Now, if you are already in the gym and you want to switch to the Power Team, you can, but you have to email support@fastandeasyqbo.com and we'll switch it over. When we do that, the first charge of your first month will be charged the day that we set that up, which may result in a duplicate charge, and we're not going to refund the difference. So just bear that in mind if you decide you want to do that. The reason that I am bringing this up right now, okay, The reason that I am bringing up this right now is because we have something exciting coming down. We have something exciting. So I already mentioned that we have a big thing that we're excited about to announce tomorrow. Okay, that's going to be announced to everybody. But we have another thing that I've been dropping hints about that is coming. It's coming to the Power Team first. It's coming to the Power Team first. It's going to blow it's going to blow your mind. Like, when you think about what is it? Let me put it this way. Why are you doing all this work? Why are you studying QuickBooks Online? Why are you busting your butt getting the certification? Why are you working in the gym and upskilling, learning new skills, and getting experience? Why? What is the purpose of it? There's an end goal, right? Well, how can we are very soon, like before the end of the year soon, we are very soon going to have a method for you to actually turn all of that effort into something tangible that actually is going to be reaching that goal. And it's coming to the Power Team first. So exciting. All right, so enough announcements. I've spent a whole half an hour talking about announcements and getting started stuff. Because this is my time to talk to you, and there's so much exciting stuff going on. Okay, now let's get to our actual work of the day, which is to do some hands-on exercises in QuickBooks Online. Now, a few weeks ago, we announced another very exciting announcement because so much exciting stuff is happening in our world. We announced this new feature of the QBO Gym called marketing prompts. So basically, well, I may be giving it away just a little bit, right? Why are you doing the gym? You're doing the gym to increase your confidence and competence so that you can what? Get jobs, get clients, right? So in our efforts to help you do that, we announced in the September issue of the gym that, so a couple weeks ago, that it now includes marketing prompts. So when you learn a skill, you're now presented with a way to market yourself in LinkedIn. I primarily think of LinkedIn, but like whatever social media, whatever you're on, whatever you can say, hey, business owner, I learned, you'll see in a minute, hey, business owner, I can show you how to do X, Y, Z. And so you're providing value to these business owners and helping them with their QuickBooks Online and positioning yourself as an expert. That's really what it is. It's positioning yourself as an expert. So we put them in September, and then we put them in October, and we have all of the past marketing prompts ready. We just haven't plugged them in yet into the gym. But this morning, before this call, because I love you guys so much, I added the ones for the July warm-ups. So if you are a member of the gym, you now have marketing prompts for the July warm-ups. If you are not a member of the gym, guess what? We are going to go through some exercises, and we are going to give you those marketing prompts today, okay? Marceline just joined. She said you're now down to 5 slots. Woohoo! All right. So I just realized I have not been sharing my screen. Okay. So we are going to do the July. July warm-ups. You'll see I added this morning the new prompts. And if you are a member of the gym, then they're already in there. All you have to do is the July warm-ups. And if you've already done them, just go back and you'll see there's a new little thing there with the link. Sorry, I was distracted by the chat for a sec. And if you are not a member of the gym and you are on here live, we're going to give it to you for free. So we're going to do the exercise, and then you're going to get the prompt so that you can go out. And I was talking to Joel this morning about this, and I thought, and I think maybe we should do this every live stream, is do an exercise that has marketing prompts so that you can say after the live, you can like immediately after the live stream, go post on LinkedIn. So I think we should do that. So somebody asked, do you have to be very versatile in QBO to be part of the power team? And the answer is no. It would be helpful if you had your basic level certification. It'd be helpful so that you're not coming in completely not knowing what even QBO is or the difference between an invoice and a sales receipt. That would be helpful. But that's really, the power team is all like, we're all learning together. We're all learning together. And the point, I actually love having people who are not very versatile, because they can tell me when something's not clear. And because we want to be crystal clear. By the way, that's the name of my company. My company is Crystal Clear Cash Flow. So we always strive to be crystal clear, and the newbies really can tell us when it's not clear, because if something is clear, it's not clear to them. It might be clear to somebody who's done it a million times, but if you're brand new and you don't get it, then I'm like, okay, well, that means that I need to be more specific or add more stuff. Okay, so let's do this. Oh my gosh. I talked too much, guys. Okay, all right, let's do this. So July warm-ups. So for those of you not familiar, I showed you before, actually, just let me show you real quick. Each issue of the gym, so you can see up here, it says September 2023. So each gym is divided into 4 sections. Each section is designed to take 45 minutes to an hour to complete. So you can do all 4 sections in about 3 to 4 hours, which that's a question nobody asked about the power team. But the monthly commitment is like maybe 5 hours. So that's all it is. So it takes about 3 to 4 hours for each for all 3 to 4 hours for all of them, 45 minutes to an hour to do each section. Each issue of the gym is self-contained. So September does not rely on anything that you learned in August, okay? And the October issue is coming soon. It doesn't rely on anything you learned in September. So each issue is self-contained. Sometimes you have to be in the same sample company session for multiple sections. If that's the case, then we'll tell you. And so you're not surprised. And so, like when you can go to the bathroom and you're going to use the sample company and not, lose your place or whatever. Okay. So the warm-up section is all about, when you first walk in, you take a look at what money has come in, what money has come out, and you process the bank feeds, okay? Then in cardio, you do all of the things that Craig has asked you to do. So if he's asked you to send an invoice, or if he's asked you to pay a bill, or he's asked you to send a reminder, that kind of thing, that's all cardio. Strength training, we take a deep dive into a particular subject, a particular feature in QuickBooks Online. You can see in September, our deep dive was all about prepayments. In August, it was all about tags. In July, it was about locations and classes. Okay, so each month, the strength training is where we really deep dive into an important thing. And then cool down is where we reconcile the accounts and run reports. Okay, so that's that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some July warm-ups. And I'm doing these specifically so that you can earn your marketing prompts, okay? All right, so inside each section, you have a little animated video that tells you what is happening in Craig's world. And then you have a little 3-question quiz of what, just to kind of test yourself to see what is, what you already know based on the little animation. Now, I will give you a little heads up that something that is coming to Fast and Easy QBO is CPE. So with CPE, we will have to do more testing in order to do that. So you might see this change. But for right now, we just have these little 3-question quiz. Once you submit it, you can get this little pop-up that tells you why each answer is correct. So it's just a little learning thing. All right, and then underneath is where we have the actual exercise. Okay, so it says here, you can see this, right? Well, maybe it's a little tiny. Should I make it bigger? Let's see. There we go. Is that better for you? Okay. All right, so here we go. For this exercise, you'll need the checks from Craig. Click the button under the animated video above to download it, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're processing the money that came in. And there's a link right here underneath the animated video. Oh, yeah, Joel just put this exercise in the chat for you guys who aren't in the gym and don't have access to it. So, so every month you'll have like notes from Craig or checks or whatever that you have to download and process, just like if it was a real thing. So these are the checks that came in. And if you are not a member of the gym and you're on this call live, you can email support@fastandeasyqbo.com and we will send you this document. Okay. Otherwise, you'll have to. By the way, if you're joining the gym, the regular gym, not the power team, but if you're joining the gym, then you get a 7-day free trial. So you can sign up, play around, see if you like it, and that's another way to get the exercises for free. Okay, so now that we have that document, let's go here to click here to practice receiving payments. Okay, so we're starting in the sample company. Here's our scenario. Craig received 3 checks since you last visited. You will need to apply them to their outstanding invoices. Click the link beneath the warm-ups video to grab a copy. We'll use them for this exercise. Also, be sure to complete all exercises in this section in the same sample company session. So you'll notice we tell you all of these have to be together, and we give that to you, okay? So here's the first one, Freeman Sporting Goods. We'll start with Freeman Sporting Goods, who sent in check 4027 for $477.50. I'm not going to pull up the check each time so you can see it, so you'll just have to trust me, okay? All right, so step 1, we're going to click plus new and receive payment. Now, if you are brand new to QBO, then you might not realize this. So every time that you get a payment for an invoice, your first step is always to locate that invoice. Now, there are a number of ways to locate the invoice, but the most common here is receive payment. Well, I don't want to say that it's the most common, but it's the way that they give us that's easy. Didn't you see me click it? I swear I clicked it. Are we just hung up here? There we go. Okay. So you can find it by invoice number, which if they wrote the invoice number on the check, then that would be handy. In this case, I think we're just doing it by the name. Okay. In the customer field, start typing Freeman. Notice that Freeman Sporting Goods has 3 locations. How do you know which location the payment is from? We'll start with the first one. So we're going to select Freeman Sporting Goods. By the way, the July issue, remember I said the every strength training, every issue kind of has a theme. So the July issue, the focus is on locations. So this is we're just starting a taste of the different locations, ways that we use different locations. So here we have Freeman Sporting Goods. So here's like the main location. And then here are two locations. You can see here where it says sub-customer of Freeman. So it's considered when your customer has multiple locations, then you set them up as sub-customers, okay? Again, all of that detail is in the gym, in this issue of the gym. But this is this is the warm-ups. So we're just doing a taste, okay? So we're going to select Freeman Sporting Goods, and whoop, there's no open invoice to go with it. Now we could just create a sales receipt right now. The sales receipt means service at the time of payment. Invoice means we sent it out and we're waiting for payment, okay? Well, this is not, we know that there is an invoice out there, but there isn't one for the main customer. So what are we going to do? All right, step 3. This results in an error message because there are no invoices for the parent company. That was the first one in the list that we selected. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and find the invoice a different way. So we're going to X out of here and then click yes to confirm. So we're going to click X here. Oh, sorry, no, not that X. I clicked the wrong X. I didn't follow my own instructions. Click X up here and then this, leave without saving right there. Okay, and while that's working on that, see here, it shows me on my picture which X, not this X, which is the one I selected. Gotta follow. My mother used to say, do what I say, not what I do. Okay, so we're going to look for that invoice a different way. Okay, and this time we're going to look by customer. And by doing that, we will see all of the sub-customers, all of the customers together. Okay, so from the left navigation bar, we're going to select sales and customer. Now this navigation bar has changed a little bit, but there is still sales right here and customers. For those of you who are new, Intuit just changed the left navigation bar, and so we are in the process of updating all of our pictures. I recorded a video last week for YouTube about it, but I haven't had a chance to edit it and get it posted, so it sits in my to-do box. All right, so here we are with, here's our sales, and it lists the customers here. Okay, so all of our customers, what do we want to do here? Step 5, we're going to scroll to find, then select Freeman Sporting Goods. Okay, so here's Freeman Sporting Goods. Notice how these two, here the company name still says Freeman Sporting Goods. These two are kind of indented, so that's how you know that those are sub-customers. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the main one. And this is going to show me all of the transactions for all of my sub-customers. And, okay, I love that you guys are excited about the Power Team. I'm seeing it in the chat. So, because I want excited people in the Power Team. Like, that's really important. That's important. Oh my gosh, I can't wait, you guys. It's going to be so exciting. All right, so here we are. I'm getting distracted. All right, so here's all of the transactions. See here it says transaction list. Here is all of the transactions for all of the Freeman Sporting Goods customers, including the sub-customers. So look here, Ocean View Road, right? Twin Lane, etc. Okay, so this is kind of overwhelming. So what we want to do is we want to filter this list to only look at the open invoices, okay? Whenever we filter, whenever we use the word filter, it means taking a small portion of the whole, okay? So you have all of the letters in the alphabet, but I want to filter to only look at a certain few letters of the alphabet, or like whatever. So here's all of the transactions, and I'm going to use the filter to just look at a few of the transactions. So I only want to look at invoices, and I only want to look at the ones that are open. Okay, so open meaning not paid yet. All right, so I skipped ahead in my exercise. Step 6, the resulting list displays all of the transactions for sporting goods. Okay, I just said all of this. Okay, so this is what we just did, invoices that are open. Okay, step 7, from here you can see that there are 3 outstanding invoices, 2 for Freeman's Twin Lane location and 1 for Freeman's Ocean Road location. Let's see that. Okay, so here, 2, see how it says Twin Lane? This one says Ocean View Road. Somebody says, I don't show that list. Tell us what you see instead. Did you forget to add the filter? It could be that you forgot to add the filter, or it could be that you, instead of selecting the main Freeman Goods sporting location, you actually clicked on one of the sub-customers. But I'm glad to hear that you guys are following along, because that's always the goal. Is I always want you guys to be following along and actually doing it. Okay, so all right, so here we go. So our check was $477.50. Okay, so that is clearly, boy, that's a little small. Can you see that? Let me make that a little bigger. Here we go. For me, it feels giant, but I feel like for you, you need it to see better. Okay. Okay. So 477, this is the amount of the check. So it's obviously supposed to be paid to this one right here. But what about these two? I mean, these two for this other location are overdue. This one is overdue 44 days. And this one's overdue 5 days. So what are we going to do about those? Okay, so let's go back to our exercise. All right, so the check you received for $477.50, so it clearly applies to the last one. But what about the other two? Well, you asked Craig about this, and he asks you to send them a reminder. Okay, so we're going to do that after we process this payment. We're going to send them a reminder. So we're going to click Receive Payment for the last transaction. Okay. So here we are, and now it's not on the screen anymore because I made it so big. But here it is, receive payment on the last one. All right, so whoever is having problems that's not showing the list, if you could give eCam permission so that we can know who you are, that would be helpful. And then also if you can tell us what you actually see. Because just knowing that it's different than what we see doesn't help us. So, so you said you have the filters on, which is great, but did you select the wrong customer? Did you select a sub-customer instead? Okay, so here we are on the receive payment screen. Let's go to our instructions, step 8. Most of the information has already been filled in for you. All you need to do at this point is under payment method, select check, then in the reference number field, enter 4027. Why is it 4027? Because that is the check number from, that's the check number from Freeman. I'm not going to pull it up again. Just trust me. On the download, that's the check number. So you want to put that. Okay, so here under receive payment, the payment method is check. The reference number is 4027. Now, right here, this deposit to, where are we putting that money? Okay, if you are using mobile deposit and you deposit it like immediately as you're doing this, then you can deposit it directly to that checking account. If you are processing it and then all of the checks are going in a pile somewhere to take to the bank or later use mobile deposit or whatever, then you want to put them in undeposited funds. Okay, undeposited funds. Some accounts will say payments to deposit. Still the same, it's the same concept. This is where they go in between you processing them and the money actually going into the bank. Okay, so whoever you are, I'm glad you figured it out. Woohoo! And I would never call you a dork. You can call yourself a dork, but I would never do that. I reserve calling only my family members dorks. Okay, where are we? So going back to receiving payments. So now, so we talked about they're going to undeposited funds. So we're going to just select save and close. Okay, so right here, we're going to click the little arrow, select save and close. Okay. All right, now we have to send the reminder to those other ones, right? Okay, so Craig asked you to send reminders to Freeman for the overdue invoices from the other location. This is easy to do. Click the checkbox at the top of the grid, okay? So after we received payment, okay, here we go. After we closed that received payment, it goes back to the screen that we were just on. The screen that we were just on was filtered for open invoices. Well, that invoice is no longer open, so it's no longer in our list. Okay, so here is, all right, I'm going to make this smaller again because I want you to be able to see the whole line. Okay. All right, so now there's only 2 left in the list because we still have this filter on. This is a really common thing. Like if you have a filter applied, if you're doing something and you're like, oh my gosh, I got an error message, or like, why is this happening? Why don't I see what I'm looking for? Number one thing to check is, do you have a filter on that's preventing you from finding the thing? Okay, so here we are, we have 2 left. We're just going to send these reminders, and it's super easy to do. And we're going to do, just going to click that. Okay, and then let me get back to my instructions because I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, so we did that. Then we're going to click batch actions and send reminder. Okay, so batch actions and send reminder right here. And amazingly enough, the sample company will not error out on you. It'll actually tell you right here 2 emails have been sent. If you tried to send an invoice email, it would say you can't send emails from the sample company. But for some reason, if you do the reminders, it will tell you that it actually did it. Okay? So now that is receiving payments. Okay. So we have just a couple more, and then we will take a look at the marketing prompts, okay? So next, let's process the check from Red Rock Diner for $156. We're gonna go to step 1. Remember what I said previously? The first step is always to locate the invoice that the payment applies to. So as we have seen, there are a number of ways to find it. You could use the plus new button like we did in step 1, or the customer list like we did in step 4 for Freeman Sporting Goods. This time, let's use the invoices list. Okay, so right here. Okay, so who is this for? Red Rock Diner. Okay, so we could go back here to customers and look for Red Rock Diner, or we can just go to invoices here and look for it this way. Okay, steps 2 through 3. At this point, you could filter the list like we did for customers, or just scroll through to find Red Rock Diner. This time, let's sort the list by customer. Since Red Rock Diner is near the end of the alphabet, you'll want to sort in reverse alphabetical order. So to do that, we're just going to click the customer list, and then we're going to click it again. Okay. So I said customer list, I meant the customer column. Okay, see this little arrow? That means that you can sort by this thing. Okay, so we're going to click here to sort, and it will assume that you want to sort it in A to Z, which we don't because Red Rock is all the way at the bottom. So we're going to click it again, and then it's going to go upside down. So Z to A. So now we can scroll through and we can find Red Rock Diner. Okay, and here is the one that is that we received the check for, $156. Okay, so this is what we did. Okay, scroll to find the Red Rock Diner and notice that there are 2 outstanding invoices. The check you received is for $156, so it clearly matches the first one. The second one is not yet due, so you don't need to worry about sending the reminder. Okay, so you might look at this and say, oh, yippee skippy, I just learned how to send a reminder. But you don't want to do that because it's not due yet. So, and that would be annoying if I were Red Rock Diner. I hate getting reminders. Anyway, all right, so we're going to click Receive Payment. And we're just going to say, as before, most information has already been filled in for you and the correct invoice of the 2 has been selected. All you need to do at this point is under Payment, select Check, and then in the reference field, enter the check number. Again, this is on that download document, which I'm, in the interest of time, I'm not going to pull up each time. Okay, so finally, since we have one more check to enter, we're going to use the Save and New button instead of the Save and Close. Okay, so here we go. Payment method is check. Our reference number is that. Again, we're putting it in the undeposited funds. You notice it automatically apply. This one is checked. This one is not. Okay. And we're going to hit the arrow and we're going to do Save and New because we're going to do another receive payment. And we're going to be about 5 minutes overtime today because I talk so much. Okay. I know you guys love me anyway. So we'll just keep going. All right, so next one is Mark Cho. And okay, in the customer field, select Mark Cho. Under payment, select check. And in the reference number, enter 01059. Okay, so here we're going to select Mark Cho. We're going to say that it's check. We're going to hit reference number. Okay, same deal. And let's see. Notice that there is one invoice that is outstanding. Right here, this invoice. Oops, Mark accidentally wrote the check for $318.28. That's $4 more than he owes. Okay, so you could pull up that PDF. You'll be able to see that. Okay. So again, this is part of being a bookkeeper, guys, is you have to be very detail oriented and notice this kind of thing. Oh, this is not the right amount. All right, so Mark accidentally wrote the check for $318. That's $4 more than he owes. You contact Mark to find out how he wants to handle this. You could deposit, so these are the options. You could deposit it and send him a refund, or tear up the check and have him send another one, or just apply credit to his account. Mark says he plans to buy more in the future, so go ahead and apply it as a credit. Luckily, that's super easy. In the amount received field, enter $318.28. I'm just going to grab that. Oops, not that one, this one. In the amount received field, I'm putting it right there. And then I'm going to hit tab. Okay, which forces the calculation. And so look what happened down here. Let me make it a little bigger. There we go. Okay, so it applied $314 to this invoice right here. And then it automatically created a credit. See how it says here, this transaction will create an additional credit in the amount of $4. Amount to credit $4, okay? So now I'm going to hit save and close. And now, who was this? Mark Cho. Mark Cho now has $4 out there. And so next time you create an invoice, you can automatically apply the credit to it. So he owes $4 less next time, okay? All right, so that is our exercise that's the only exercise we're going to get to do today. But that's okay because the next part's exciting. Okay, so now in the gym, what you're going to do is you're going to click this, and I already have it checked, but you're going to check this, practiced it, and it goes ka-ching, and you rack up points. I don't rack up points because, I'm the admin and so I'm special. But you will rack up points. You'll get 2 points for having done that exercise. And then once you've done all of these, down at the bottom, ooh, I didn't do this one. It's going to work for me. It won't work for you unless you have them all checked, but for me it'll work. So now the next one, you now have this new prompt. This is new in the gym, and I just added this for July warm-ups this morning, right before this call. So July warm-ups now has this: share what you know. Congratulations, you've learned a lot so far. Share what you know on LinkedIn and other places business owners hang out. Click here for some sample posts. Okay, so I'm going to click that. And you'll see how it reflects what we just did. Somebody says, I love your teaching style and energy. Thank you. All right. Okay, so here we go. So here are our July warm-ups. Okay, so you'll notice if I scroll down, oh, you can't even see it. Okay. I was worried that it was going to have empty cardio prompts, but it doesn't. This is the only one that shows up. So good. Okay, so July warm-ups, and this is what we just learned. You learned about sending invoice reminders. Remember, we just did that with Freeman, right? Freeman paid 1, and then the other 2 were overdue. One was overdue by 5 days. One was overdue by 44 days. Okay, you can quickly send them a reminder. We just did it. You just learned how to do it. Now you know how to do it. So you can go on LinkedIn and you can type this. And Joel's actually going to give it to you in the chat for those of you who don't have the gym. Hi, business owners. Did you know that QuickBooks Online has an easy process for sending reminders to customers who haven't paid their invoices? Instantly increase your cash flow by making sure those folks don't forget you. Happy to show you how. So you're just going to post this on LinkedIn or whatever. You can post it. You can just copy it. And I don't have my LinkedIn pulled up. Let's see if I can do that. So you've got the... So now in the chat, you have that marketing prompt for those of you who are here live. Okay, so here I am. It's taking a while to load, but this is my LinkedIn page. So where it says start a post, I could just click that. So I could just post it just like that. Now, when I demoed this a few weeks ago for you guys, I posted it live, and within just a few days, I had 193 views of that post, and I had 4 or 5 people actually like the post. Okay, that means I'm in the consciousness of 193 people, and 4 or 5 of those people just went, oh, she's a QuickBooks Online expert. Okay, and that's all you need to do. Now, is that all you need to do for your marketing efforts? Absolutely not. And I'm not a marketing guru. I'm not here to teach you marketing. This is not what I do. But I'm just trying to give you help. Now you can take this, you can post it just like this. It's not very attractive. It's not really eye-catching. I had 193 views and 4 or 5 likes. But you could put it in a Canva document. Somebody in the group did that and gave his example. Or you could put it in a Canva document, or you could put it in, I don't know, Word, picture. I don't know. I'm not creative in that way, guys. I'm not creative. But anyway, that's what you could do with these marketing prompts. And the idea is that you do the exercises, you learn a thing, and then you say, hey, I know how to do this thing. So anyway, that's it. I'm super excited about it. I think I'm decided that every live stream, every one of our Friday live streams, we're going to do something that results in a marketing prompt, because I want you to be able to leave this. I want you to be able to leave this call with something that you can say, hey, I was just on this call. I mean, don't say I was just on this call. Just say, hey, I know how to do this thing. Okay. I want you to be able to say, I know how to do this thing. And I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. So If you don't have your pro advisor, your basic level certification, get that dang certification, the basic level. Just get your basic level, and that way you can say, I am a certified QuickBooks Online Pro advisor. Everybody, don't say QBO because no one knows what that is. Say QuickBooks Online. Everyone knows what that is. I'm a certified QuickBooks Online Pro advisor. And then once you tell everybody that that's who you are, that that's what you do, then people will start remembering you, referring you, all of that stuff. So, okay, that's it. That is it for today. I went way over, but good stuff, guys. Good stuff. And tomorrow, you're going to be there, right? Tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, we're going to do our Grant a Wish Day. Oh, I'm so excited. The last one was so great. I am just excited about this. I'm excited about this. And also my big announcement. Also, there's a big announcement, a ginormous announcement coming tomorrow. And also in the Grant a Wish Day. And there is another big announcement coming just to the Power Team also very shortly. It's exciting. All right, you guys have a great weekend. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye.